Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. While we await others to join the class, tonight, this should be the third class on bond valuation. We are hoping that tonight we shall be able to round up on bond valuation. While we wait for others to join the class, because the class is officially to start by 8:45. While we are waiting for others to join, let us look at the recap of our last two classes on bond valuation. We explained that bond is a debt instrument establishes a relationship between the borrower and the lender. This instrument is a legal instrument that establishes a contract between the lender and the borrower. This instrument authorizes the borrower to pay the amount borrowed plus the interest element to the lender. We explained this. We also explained the terms associated with bond, such as the face value of a bond, the coupon interest, premium bond, discount bond, and par bond. We now look at valuation of bond. Valuation of bond is trying to calculate the price of a bond. If you are trying to value bond, what you are trying to do is, what is the price of this bond? How much does this bond worth? If I want to invest in this bond, what is the value of this bond? What is the price of this bond? We now explain that if you want to value bond, generally, the price of a bond can be calculated as the present value of the future cash flows from the bond. You can calculate the price of a bond as the present value of the future cash flows associated with that bond. What are these cash flows? The annual interest on the bond from year 1 to maturity, and the redemption value of the bond at maturity. These are the future cash flows associated with bond. Annual interest from year 1 to the maturity of the bond, redemption value of the bond at maturity. After you have determined the cash flows, then you are going to require a rate to discount the cash flows to their present value. This rate is called the bond yield. Now, if you are to value bond, you can either use spot yield curve, that is the spot rate, or you can use forward rates. Please listen to this. If you are required to value bond, you can value bond using the spot yield curve, that is the spot rates. You recall, we explained spot rates at our last class. The spot rates is the rate of interest payable on a loan today. The spot rates, assuming you want to obtain a loan today, the interest rates you are going to pay today for that loan is called spot rates. Spot rate of interest. Now, these spot rates could be government spot rates or corporate company spot rates. We are trying to do an overview. The spot rates, you can either use government spot rates, that is the government spot yield, or you can use corporate company spot yield. Now the question is, at what point am I going to use government spot rates? Corporate company spot yield. Please note, if you are to value government bond, if the bond is government bond, if you are required to value government bond, then you are going to use government spot rates. But if you are required to value a commercial bond, that is corporate company bond, that is commercial bond, then you are going to use corporate company spot yield. We explain how to calculate spot rates. Some question, examiner will give you the spot rate. In some question, the examiner will not give you the spot rates. If you look at the question we solved last week, that question was on how to calculate spot rates when we are not giving. The first question we solved, that should be 2 weeks ago. We were giving the spot rates, government spot rates. So we don't need to calculate. We only adjusted the government spot rate by the credit spread of a company so as to obtain corporate company spot yield. Because that question was about a corporate company bond. Second question we solved last week. We are not giving the spot yield, and we demonstrated how to calculate the spot yield when we are not giving. We now use the spot yield to value the bond. So now, by God's mercy, we want to look at how to value bond using forward rates. For those that were in class last week, we explained what is forward rates. We said forward rates. This is the interest rate paid on a loan. The interest rate fixed today. Forward interest rate. This is the interest rate fixed today. For a loan you are planning to take at a future specified date. The forward rate, the rate of interest that is fixed today for a loan our company is planning to take at a future specified date. For example, if your company is planning to take a loan in January 2026, your company is planning to obtain a loan in January 2026. Today is August, 5th of August. You can approach a bank to obtain an interest rate today for the loan you are planning to take in January. That is forward rate. Now, how do we value bond with forward rates? The question we have solved so far is on valuation of bond with spot rates, spot yield rates. So now we shall look at question 5. Please check page 102 of your study pack. Please check page 102 of the study pack. Let us look at how to use forward rates to value bond. Question number 5, page 102. Page 102, question number 5. Please give me just 1 minute. You can refer to the page. Allow me just like 1 minute. Who is confirming now?
So it's confirmed.
All right, let's go ahead. The price of zero coupon bond reveal the following pattern of forward rates. Year 1 to year 4, we are giving the forward rates. Requirements A. Examiner says a bond with face value of 1,000 naira. Can you see that? Here the examiner has specified the face value. Recall, the face value of a bond could either be 100 naira or 1,000. The examiner say a bond with a face value of 1,000 naira pays annual coupon of 7.5 with maturity of 3 years. Requirements A1. What is the price of this bond? Now you now ask yourself, this bond is 3 years maturity. That means I'm dealing with a redeemable bond, a bond with a specific repayment date. If you're in the exam, what I expect students to do is to analyze the question to yourself. I'm required to calculate the price of a bond. My first question is, what type of bond am I required to value? I will now go and check. This bond has a specific maturity date. This bond will mature in 3 years' time. That means I'm dealing with redeemable bond. The next question I will ask myself is, how do I calculate the price of a redeemable bond? The next question you are going to ask yourself is, how can I calculate price of a redeemable bond? To calculate price of a redeemable bond, we calculate as the present value of the expected future cash flows from the bond. To calculate the price of a redeemable bond, I'm going to calculate as the present value of the expected future cash flows from the redeemable bond. These cash flows will be discounted by the yield. Now, the yield could either be spot yield or forward yield. In this question, we are giving forward rates. I will now go to my valuation. I want to calculate the price of this bond using forward rates. Please look at your screen. You are going to look at how to value bond using forward rates. The present value of the bond, that is the price of the bond, is equal to cash flow in year 1 divided by 1 plus rates in year 1 plus cash flow in year 2. When you get to year 2, you are going to divide by 1 plus rate in year 1 plus, into bracket, 1 plus rate in year 2. This is how to use forward rates. You are going to carry the year 1 forward rate will be carried over to year 2. When we get to year 2, we are going to use both year 1 and year 2 forward rates. When you get to year 3, your cash flow in year 3 divided by 1 plus R in year 1, close your bracket, then 1 plus R in year 2, close your bracket, 1 plus R in year 3, close your bracket. This is the format This is the approach when using forward rates to value bond. This is the approach. If you are using forward rates to value bond, the year 1 rate will be carried forward to year 2, in addition to year 2 rates. When we get to year 3, both year 1, year 3, both year 1, year 2, and year 3 rates will be used in year 3. This is the approach with valuation of bond using forward rates of interest. Let us demonstrate this. You observe that everything is raised to power of 1. Nothing like power of 2 or power of 3. So let's go to this. Let us itemize. For me, I like to itemize the futures of the bond so that the bond we are dealing with, so as to help me and my students. Now, let us itemize futures of the bond. What is the maturity of the bond, please? Okay, it's even yourself. Yes, please, let's speak. What is the maturity of this bond?
3
years.
3 years. What is the face value of the bond?
1K, 1,000.
1K, 1,000, Joe. What is the coupon rate on this bond?
7.5.
7.5. What is the redemption value of this bond? Check and tell me. Thank you.
You're not given.
Thank you. Examiner is silent about the redemption value. Please note, where the examiner is silent about the redemption value, you are going to assume that the bond will be redeemed at the face value. That is the par value. Is that clear, sirs?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Where the examiner is silent about the redemption value of a bond at maturity, then we are going to assume that the bond will be redeemed at the par value. Next, let us determine the expected cash flows from the bond. The next working is the calculation of the expected cash flows from this bond. Annual interest, 7.5% of the face value. Please compute. That will give me 75 naira in annual interest again. 7.5 of the face value. That will give me 75 again. That's year 2. Year 3. Remember, the bond is for 3 years. So you are going to calculate the interest from year 1 to maturity. This is year 3. Then redemption value at maturity. This will be redeemed at par value. The par value is the face value. This is 1,000, year 3. You observe that in year 3, you have 2 cash flows. The annual interest plus the redemption value. You can add these 2 together. That will give me 1,075. You have gotten the cash flow. Cash flow in year 1, That is cash flow in year 1, cash flow in year 2. This is cash flow in year 3. We now need to discount this cash flow to their present value using forward rates. You now come here. The price is equal to, based on the formula, cash flow in year 1, 75 naira over, please, what is the forward rate in year 1, please? 1 plus R in year 1.
4%.
4%. That is 0.04. Close your bracket. Then plus cash flow in year 2, 75 also, over. You are going to take both the forward rate for year 1 and year 2 now. 1 plus 0.04. Close your bracket. Bracket 1 plus, what is forward rate in year 2?
6%.
0.06 plus cash flow in year 3, 1,075 divided by rate in year 1, 0.04, rate in year 2, 1 plus 0.06, then rate in year 3. Let me put it here.
8%.
8%, 1 plus 0.08. This is how to undo valuation of bond using forward rates. We now go further. I'm trying to create more space. We now come here. My P is equal to 75 Let me take this off small. $75 over 1.04 plus 75 over 1.04 bracket 1.06 plus 1075 over 1.04, close my bracket, 1.06, close my bracket, 1.08. Let's expand again. So please try to compare the previous question we saw. Valuation of bond using spot rates. Try to note the differences. And please don't accumulate your notes. What we expect that your weekend should be used judiciously. Right? Therefore, my P is equal to, please divide. 75 divided by 1.04.
72.1.
This will give me 72.1 plus 75 divided by 1.04 and 1.06. And do it and give me the answer.
35.7.
35.
Yes, sir.
35.
I got 68.03.
68.03, sir.
Thank you. 68.03. The last one. When you pick your calculator, press 1075 divided by, now put everything in bracket. 1.04 bracket, 1.06 bracket, 1 point. You're going to get the answer straight.
Okay, 903.2 point 3, sir.
03 points.
Sorry, sir.
3.
902.
902.91.
Oh. 902.3.
0.91.
Now sum up. What is this price? 1043 point what?
902.91. 902.91, sir.
91.
Yes.
Voila. $91. Oh yeah, sum. You should have
1,043.
point what? Any point? No point.
04.
05.
05. You have gotten the price of the ball. Done with that. You have gotten the price of the bond. You are done with that. Next, A Roma figure 2. Estimate the yield to maturity of the bond and explain why an investor holding the bond may not realize the calculated YTN. A Roma figure 2 says, estimate the yield to maturity of the bond. Remember, the yield to maturity of a bond is the internal rate of return of the cash flows from the bond. Please don't forget, the yield to maturity of a bond is the internal rate of return of the cash flows associated with the bond. Also, please note, yield to maturity is also called gross redemption yield. The gross redemption yield. All right, let's go to this calculation. Yes, let's look at it. We have the table already. You are going to have the first column, your year 0 to year 3, your items, the bond price. We calculated 1034. You can ignore, you can pick 0.1 approximate. Please note, the price in year 0, that is the amount we are going to pay to buy one bond. That price will be in bracket. It's a negative. If you are buying the bond, that means you are investing. Year 0 is the year of investment. That is initial investment amount. Annual interest in year 1, 75 naira. Annual interest in year 2, 75 naira. In year 3, the annual interest plus the redemption value, 1,075. We need to get the internal rate of return of these cash flows. In the usual manner, you are going to assume a discount rate. Any assumption?
5%, sir.
Okay, let's start with 10. 10%. Now find the discount factor at 10%. For year 0 is 1, year 1 0.909, year 2 0.826, year 3 0.751. Now get your present value. 1 multiplied by the cash flow, 1043.1. This is negative. 0.909 multiplied by 75. Please multiply. Give me the figure.
68.2.
68.2. Next.
62.
Sorry, sir.
62, sir.
What is the sorry for?
61.95. So I approximated 62.
Please give me 61.95. Multiply. 0.751 multiply by
807. 807.325. 807.33.
Thank you, 0.33. Now get your MPV at 10%. Positive or negative?
And negative 105.62.
Correct. 105.62. Negative. At 10%, the MPV is negative. What can we do to achieve positive?
Reduce it.
Reduce it, sir.
Okay, let us reduce to 5. This is 1, 0.952, 0.907, 0.864. Please find the present value. 1043.1 multiply by the cash flow.
71.4.
71.4. Next.
68.
No points.
68.03.
Next.
Okay, at 928.8.
928.8. Thank you, sir. Please get the MPV.
$25.13.
Point what?
13, sir.
0.3.
No, 13.
0.1, please.
25.13.
All right. That's positive. Now you can get your YTM. YTM is equal to the same way you calculate final rate of return. You are going to start with low discount rate plus positive MPV over positive MPV plus negative 105.62 multiplied by 10 minus 5. Please, what is the YTN. 5 point what? What is the YTM?
It's 5.96.
56.
Correct. 5.96%. That is it to maturity of this bond. That is the yield to maturity of this bond. Examiner says, part of requirement A2, explain why an investor holding the bond may not realize the calculated YTN. This question is frequently being texted. Why would investor not realize the calculated yield to maturity? There are 3 reasons why investor may not realize the calculated yield to maturity. Let me give you the answer. Please look at it. Number 1 reason is timely receipt of the associated cash flow. If the coupons, that is the interest rate, that is the interest, and redemption value are not received as at when due, the realized yield will be less than 5.96. I have to change. Less than 5.96%. That is reason number 1. The timely receipt of your associated cash flow. Failure to receive your coupon interest and the redemption value as at when due, then the realized yield will be less than the calculated YTM because of the time value of money. Number 2, reinvestment risk. If the coupon received at the end of year 1 and at the end of year 2 are not reinvested at a rate below, that is, are not reinvested at the rate of YTM, and not, let me use the word, are not reinvested at the rates of YTN, that is 5 5.96%. Then investor will not realize the calculated yield. The realized yield will be less than 5.96%. Alternatively, if they are invested at a rate above the YTM, the realized yield will be higher than, I can remove all this to save time. Once you don't reinvest your cash flow at the rate of the calculated YTM, then the realized yield, the investor will not realize the calculated YTM. The rule is that the investor must reinvest the coupon interest at the rate of the YTM. Failure to reinvest your coupon cash flow at the rate of the YTM, then investor will not realize the calculated YTM. Number 3 is price risk. If the bond is not hedged to maturity, that is 3 years, the investor may realize a capital gain or loss when the bond is sold prior to maturity. Failure to maintain your bond investment to maturity, then investor may not realize the calculated YTM. Please note this explanation. It was tested last diet. It was tested November diet 2 diets ago. It was first tested, not first step. It was tested in 2024 November diet. The same question was repeated in May diet because most students avoided the question. Yes, Sanusi Yusuf.
So, sorry, sir. My question is, since the first one said the way you explained that if the coupon is not received on time, I think it should be on timely receipt of associated calculation. Sorry,
Let me just laugh out. Please, the rule is timely receipt of your cash flow. Please, the assumption is the cash flow must be received in timely fashion. Failure to receive in timely fashion, that's where the problem will come from.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Now, requirement B. Calculate the duration of the bond and explain what duration measure. Requirement B says, calculate the bond duration. Then, what does duration measure? Recall, to calculate the duration of a bond, you have like 3 steps. Step 1, you are going to calculate the bond yield to maturity. To calculate duration of a bond, you have like 3 steps. Step 1, you are going to calculate the yield to maturity of the bond. Step 2, you are going to use the yield to maturity to discount the cash flow from the bond. Step 2, you are going to use the yield to maturity to discount the cash flows from the bond. We have calculated the YTM of the bond. So let's go to step 2. We have calculated the bond yield to maturity. We can now come here. Requirement B. B says calculation of duration. You open your schedule. You have the year 1, year 2, year 3. Pick your cash flows. Cash flow in year 1, 75 naira. Year 2, 75. Year 3, 1075. Please, if you are calculating duration, year 0 is not relevant because that is the year we are going to place investment. Duration is the number of years it will take the investor to recoup the amount invested. We now have our discount rate is the YTM. The YTM as calculated is 5.96%. You can now determine the discount rate at 5.96. You can determine the discount rate at 5.96. Just 1 minute. Yes. Year 1, what do we have?
4.47.
4 points.
Yes, sir. 4.47%.
0.944.
I don't know what you are calculating. No.
0.944.
0.943 or 944.
Thank you. 0.944. Year 2, what do we have?
0.891.
0.891.
0.841.
841. And I don't know what you are computing. Please get the present value. 75 multiplied by 0.944.
$70.8.
70.8. 75 multiplied by 0.891.
66.8.
Thank you. 66.8. 1,000 and sometimes multiplied by 0.841.
904.07.
904.08.
08.
0.1 approximately. Then the last column, present value multiplied by n. Your n is your year. Look at it. 1 multiplied by the corresponding present value. 1 multiplied by 70.8. 70.8. 2 multiplied by 66.8. What do we have?
133.6.
133.6. 3 multiplied by 904.1.
2712.3.
2712.3. Thank you. Please sum up the present value, then sum of present value multiplied by n.
$2916.7.
2916.7.
$1041.7.
1041.7. This is your second step. Then the last step, your duration is calculated as summation of present value multiplied by n divided by the summation of the present value. That is, our duration is 2916.7, 2916.7 divided by 1041.7. Please, what is the duration?
2.80.
Thank you. 2.80 year. That is the duration of the number of years it will take the bond investor to recoup the amount invested in bond. We have calculated our duration. Examiner now says, what does duration measure? Part of requirement B says, what does duration measure? Please note it down. Duration measures the sensitivity of bond price to change in market interest rates. The higher the sensitivity, the higher the sensitivity, the higher the duration, the higher the risk. Please note this down. You never can tell. Most students are avoiding this question. And what that means is they don't know it. Some avoid the topic. And ICAN will not be comfortable if they observe that students are trying to avoid a particular topic. That means we want to produce accountants that does not understand bond valuation.
Before you scroll up, that statement, the higher the sensitivity, the higher the
higher the sensitivity, the higher the duration, the higher the risk. Sorry, something is missing here. The higher the risk. The higher the sensitivity, the higher the duration, the higher the duration, the higher the risk. The last aspect of the question. That should be C part of this question. This should be the C part. Yeah. Examiner says, as a bond portfolio manager, you are to make a choice between the following two bonds. We have bond A and bond B. Bond A is for 6 years maturity. Bond B is for 8-year maturity. Duration of bond A is 6 years. Duration of bond B is 7.2 years. If it is generally believed that interest rates in the market will increase, if we believe that the interest rate will increase in the market, which of the two bonds will you select and why? No calculation is required. Assuming market interest rate will rise, which of these two bonds are you going to select for investment? Why? Yes, any opinion?
bond B.
Bond B, why?
If the interest rate increase, the price of the bond will fall. Then,
So why are you not taking bond B?
the interest rate.
You are very correct. If the interest rate increases, value of bond, price of bond will fall. Why do you now want to invest in a bond with longer duration when you are aware that if the interest rate should rise, value of the bond will fall? Why do you want to invest in bond B?
So both of them
Your
have the same years.
explanation is correct, but your selection is wrong. If market interest rate increases, generally, if the market interest rate increases, value of bond fall. However, a bond with longer duration will experience greater fall in value compared to a bond with shorter duration. Remember we said the higher the sensitivity, the higher the duration, the higher your risk. The longer your duration, the greater your risk. That means if I invest in bond B, it will take me 7 years to recoup the amount I invested. But if I invest in bond A, in 6 years' time, I'm going to recoup my investment. Since market interest rates will rise, and I'm aware that value of bond will fall, it is better to invest in a bond with shorter duration. So if you have to respond to this, requirement C. Generally, if interest rates increase in the market, value of bond will fall. However, a bond with longer duration we experience or we suffer greater fall in value compared to a bond with shorter duration. Thus, the investor should select bond A with shorter duration so as to minimize its risk. So as to minimize his or her risk. Please, that is the appropriate. We are done with that question.
So is this ICAN question?
I don't know how to answer it. The question we have on this platform is either you are dealing with ACCA or ICAN question. Since the exam is ICAN, then we should deal with ICAN questions, ACCA question, CMAN question, related professional exams. All right.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Please go ahead.
In calculating our YTM, sir, can we use annuity instead of doing year 1, year 2 discount factor, year 3 discount factor? Can we just say year 1 to year 3, then the discount factor, then the redemption in year 3?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. So after getting our YTM in calculating duration, I find out we got 5.9, and we use the YTM we got to discount our duration cash flow. Can we also approximate, instead of using that 5.9, can we approximate it to 6? I use it when discounting. Are we still going to get the same answer? Or is it the...
Obviously, when you round up figure, that will affect your answer.
Okay.
If you round up figure, as you are rounding up figure, that will affect your answer. So that answer that. Back to the first question you asked. You can do annuity, but when doing it, please be careful. You know that year 1 to 3, you can do year 1 to 2. Just be careful. You can do year 1 to 2. Interest rate in year 1 to 2 is the same. Year 3, you have interest rates plus the redemption, depending on the number of years. Once you know how to do it very well, no problem. It is allowed to do annuity when you are doing YTM. But please, you cannot do annuity with duration. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's look at the next question, number 6. Still on page 102 and page 103. Now, this question, I'm not sure we can finish in 1 hour. But why am I taking this question? I want to use this question to explain how to calculate forward rates. If you look at the question we have solved, we have learned how to calculate spot rates. If you are not giving, this question is to explain how to calculate forward rates. Recall, we said forward rates, that is the interest rate fixed today for a loan to be obtained at a future specified date. All right, please go to that page. Let us review this question number, I think number 6. Are we there now?
Yes, sir.
We are
Please,
there.
somebody help me read this question. Any volunteer?
Sir, is it the requirement now? Because it's a table and requirement.
Read the question. The following information on 3 default free bonds.
Okay. Bond A, B, C, price 105.96 and 98. Coupon 10,
It's
4
not every question, self.
and 6. Redemption value 100, 100, 100, and then maturity 1 for A, B 2, then C 3. Required. Estimate the 2-year forward rate at the end of
A. It's like we lost. I can't hear him.
Estimate the 2-year forward rate at the end of year 1 and the 1-year forward rate at the end of year 2.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for that. I was a bit tired, but let me quickly take it again. The following information is on 3 default free bond. Now the question is, what is default free bond? Default free. The question will be, what is default free bond? A bond that will not default. That is government bond. A bond that will not default, default free, risk free bond, default free bond. The examiner is referring to government bond. We have bond A. The price is 105. The coupon is 10%. Redemption value is 100. That means the face value is 100. If we are working with 3 digits, that means the face value is 100 without being told. Bond A will mature in 1 year. Bond B is for 2 years maturity. Bond C is for 3 years maturity. Now, requirement A says estimate 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1 and the 1-year forward rates at the end of year 2. Let us go to this. Now, for those in class last week, we stated the formula for forward rates. We said to calculate forward rates, Fn, comma, M is equal to, you open your big bracket, then small bracket, 1 plus RO, comma, M raised to power M divided by 1 plus RO, comma, N raised to power N, close my bracket, 1 over M minus N, everything minus 1. This, by interpretation, means forward rates starting at the end of year N and maturing at the end of year M. This FNM is equal to forward rate starting at the end of year end and maturing at the end of year M. Your ROM, that is the spot rate for year M. ROM, spot rate for year N. N, that is the starting year. That is the maturity year. Now, examiner says estimate 2 years at the end of year one. Requirement A says A1 estimate 2 year forward rates at the end of year one. You now ask yourself, this rate will start at the end of year one. Now, 2 years, please count 2 years after year one. That will take us to how many years?
The third year,
Hello?
sir. The third year, year 3.
Thank you. If you count 2 years after year one, that will take you to year 3. Excuse me, please. You guys should qualify. Oh, I can drink wine. Come here. You are going to state it like this. N is the starting year. This rate will start at the end of year one. That is 1. 2 years after, F1 to 3. This is forward rate starting at the end of year one for 2 years. 2 years will take me to year 3. This is 2 years forward rate at the end of year one. We now take it to formula. Remember, this first one is N. This is N. This is M. N is the starting year. M is the maturity year. Now go back to the formula. 1 plus RO for maturity, that is 3. Raised to power M, that is maturity 3, over 1 plus RO, starting from year 1, raised to power N 1. 1 divided by M minus 3 minus 1. This is the formula you are going to use to estimate 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1. If you want to do, let me leave small space. That means I need to get spot rates for year 1 RM3. Spot rates for year 3. For me to compute that thing on above, so I'll create space more. I can come here for B2, A2, and examiner say, and the 1 year forward rate estimates 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Look at it. That requirement A, we have 2 in 1. Look at it. Estimate 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1 and the 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. I want to know 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Year 2 is the commencement year. 1 year after year 2 will take me to how many years?
Year 3, sir. The 3rd year.
Thank you, sir. The formula becomes another issue here. To be looking for this thing now, take it down to its place. This will be F starting from 2, maturing in 3. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. The formula becomes bracket 1 plus RO3 raised to power 3 over 1 plus RO2 raised to power 2, close my bracket, 1 over 3 minus 2, everything minus 1. That means I need to get RO2 here. I need to get RO2 spot rate for year 2, RO3 spot rate for year 3. Now, we need to calculate spot rates. We have been given information on 3 governments, 3 default-free bonds. Look at it, please. The following information is on 3 default-free bonds. We have the price, we have the coupon, we have the redemption, we have the maturity. We are not giving the spot rates. We can now use bootstrapping. the approach we used last week to get our spot rate. We can do bootstrapping now. Let's go to it. We can do bootstrapping now. Please. I need to calculate spot rate for year 1, year 2, year 3. Okay, let me create space. We got to create more space. Enough. Oh. Please just allow me, let me do more space. If I can copy it. Okay. Paste. Let me do more. Paste. We have like 35 minutes to 40 minutes. But it's better to do it. Okay. Even though if you don't finish the question, at least you should be able to resolve others. But let me explain how to breathe. All right. I'll come that small here. Working. 1. Calculation of spot rates using information on the 3 default free bond. I want to use free bond to calculate my spot rate. You are going to pick bond A. Now, please, can we have the futures of bond A? What is the maturity of bond A?
1.
Can we speak up?
1.
1 year.
Yes, 1 year, sir.
What is the coupon rate on bond A?
10.
10%.
The price of bond A?
105.
105. What is the return value of bond A?
100 naira.
the face value is also 100. Face value is always standard. Now, get the expected cash flow from bond A. Expected cash flow from bond A, annual interest from year 1 to maturity. The annual interest, that is 10% of the face value. That will give us 10. This bond is just for 1 year. That means also in year 1, the bond will be redeemed. Redemption value of the bond is 100 naira in year 1. That means in year 1, our cash flow, 10 naira plus 100, 110. Thank you. Remember, the price of a bond is equal to cash flow in year 1 over 1 plus R in year 1 raised to power 1. This bond is just for 1 year. Even the price is, I can take it here. Okay, let's continue. The line is fluctuating. The price of bond A is 105. Cash flow from bond A in year 1 is 110 over 1 plus R in year 1. I don't know the spot rate in year 1. That is what I'm trying to calculate. This spot rate, the price of the bond is 105. In 1 year's time, it's going to be 110. What is that rate of interest? What is that spot rate that we make 105 to grow and become 110 in year 1? What is R? We can cross multiply. This will give me 105 bracket 1 plus R is equal to 110. Divide both sides by 105. Divide by 105. Divide by 105. This will trash out this. Please divide 110 by 105. What do you have?
1.05.
You approximate.
Yes, sir. Is 1.0476.
You have 1.0476.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Correct, sir.
Approximation.
You are right.
What is your R? Make R the subject. R is equal to
is 0.0476.
1.0476 minus 1. Therefore, 0.07476. In percentage, R is equal to 4.76%. Is that clear, sirs? That is your R in year 1. That is rates for year 1 is equal to 4.76%. you have gotten spot rate for year one using the bond that will mature in year one. Then move to go to free bond, default free bond B. What are the futures, please? Itemize the futures of bond B. Maturity is 2 years. What is the coupon?
4%.
How many percent? 7.
4%, sir. 4.
4%. Then, what is the price of bond B?
96 naira.
96. Redemption for bond B?
100 naira.
100. The face value is standard, is 100. Next, get the expected cash flow. From bond B. Let's continue. Okay, let me see if I can do the line. Let me try one more. It always consumes time, but we have choosing to do online. Online is more stressful than physical class. Let's go on. Get the expected cash flow from bond B. From bond B, annual interest. The annual interest, that is 4% of face value of 100. That will give you 4 naira in year one. The annual interest again. 4% of 100 naira. That will give you 4 naira in year two. The redemption value, because bond B is for 2 years, redemption value is 100 naira in year two. That means at maturity, you are going to get 104 cash flow in year two. Then we say the price of bond B is equal to cash flow in year one over 1 plus R in year one raised to power 1 plus cash flow in year two over 1 plus R raised to power 2, because we are using spot rates. The price of bond B is 96 naira. Cash flow in year one for bond B, 4 naira. Plus spot rate for year one, we have computed. The spot rate is 0.0476. Close this bracket. Plus cash flow in year two for bond B, 104 over 1 plus R in year two. We don't know yet. That is what we are trying to calculate. You can now do this. 96 is equal to 4 over 1.0476 plus 104 over 1 plus R raised to power 2. Please divide. 4 divided by 1.0476. What do we have?
3.818.
3.818
818, yes.
plus 104 divided by 1 plus r raised to power 2. If I can do, let me try if I can do this. Thirty minutes more. Okay. Please take advantage of this online class to the maximum. Utilize your weekend very well. I can return back up. Okay. Come here with my pen. 96 collect lighter minus 3.818 is equal to 104 divided by 1 plus r raised to power 2. The difference, what do we have? 92 points what?
Okay,
Please
92.182. 92.182, yes, sir.
104 over 1 plus r raised to power 2. Cross multiply. 92.182 bracket 1 plus r raised to power 2 is equal to 104. Divide both sides by 92.182. Divide by 92.182. This will trash out this. This 104 divided by 92.182.
Okay, 1.1282. 1.1282.
1.1282. Now you have square here. I can take it to the other side, that becomes square root. That means 1 plus r is equal to the square root of 1.1282. What is that square root, please? 1 plus r is equal to 1 point what?
1.06.
1.059. Is 06? Yes, possible.
Yes, sir. 1.062.
Yes, correct. 1.063. That's correct. 1.063. What is your R? R is equal to 1.063 minus 1. That will give me 0.063. In percentage, R is equal to 6.3%. That is spot rate for year 2. Spot rates for year 2 is equal to 6.3%. Then the last one, spot rate for year 3. You are going to pick bond C. What you are doing is what we call bootstrapping. Let me create more space. What can we do? Without this spot rates, you cannot calculate your forward rates. All right, I think this should be enough. Okay. Okay. Oh, please, oh. Let's return to the page. Okay. Now, let us itemize future of bond C. Maturity is 3 years. What is the coupon?
6%.
The coupon is 6%. What is the price of bond B?
98 naira. C
98.
is C we are on, sir.
Bond B,
100 naira.
100. Now get the expected cash flow from bond B. From bond C, sorry. Expected cash flows. 1. Annual interest. That is 6% of face value. That will give us 6 naira in year 1. So annual interest again. 6% of 100. That will give you 6 naira in year 2. Annual interest again. 6% of 100. That will give you 6 naira in year 3. Then the redemption value. At maturity 100. Year 3, your cash flow is 106. And we say the price of bond C. Price of bond C is equal to cash flow in year 1 over 1 plus R in year 1 plus cash flow in year 2 over 1 plus R in year 2 raised to 2 plus cash flow in year 3 over 1 plus R in year 3. The price of bond C is 98. Cash flow for year 1 for bond 6 naira. 1 plus R in year 1 has been computed 0.0476 raised to power 1. Cash flow in year 2, 6 naira. 1 plus R in year 2, 0.063 raised to power 2. Cash flow in year 3, 106 over 1 plus R in year 3 raised to power 3. What is R in year 3? 98 is equal to 6 over 1.07476 plus 6, 1.063 raised to power 2 plus 106 over 1 plus R raised to power 3. $98 is equal to 6 divided by 1.0476. 5 points.
Okay. Oh,
Where's
5.727.
nice? 5 points.
5.727.
727. 6 divided by 1.03 raised to power 2. 5 points.
5.3031. 5.31.
5.31 plus 106 over 1 plus R raised to power 3. Now please solve. 5.727 plus 5.31. 98. 11 points what?
11.037.
037 plus 106 over 1 plus R raised to power 3. Collect like terms. 98 minus 11.037 is equal to 106 over 1 plus R raised to power 3. The difference between the two, what do we have?
86.963.
963.
0.96
86.963.
106 over 1 plus R raised to power 3. Cross multiply. 86.963 bracket 1 plus R raised to power 3 is equal to 106. Divide both sides by 86.936. Divide by 86.936. This will trash out this. What do you have here? 1 plus R raised to power 3 is equal to
1.2189.
2189. This is my R. Then I can do this, okay, to make it neater, but we're almost done. We're almost done with this computation. Yeah. I have like 45 minutes. I have like 15 minutes, sorry. All right, I'll pick my pen back. That means 1 plus R, this is equal to root 3. 1.2189. Find root 3 of 1.2189.
1.068.
1.068.
68.
Therefore, my R is equal to 1.068 minus 1. That will give me 0.068. My R is equal to in percentage 6.8%. That is the spot rate for year 3. Spot rates for year 3, 6.8%. You can now return up. We have gotten spot rate for year 1, 2, 3. I can return to my formula now. Spot rate for year 1, 4.76%. For year 2, 6.3%. Oh, sorry, for year 3, 6.8. I can calculate this now. I'll come here. F1 to 3 is equal to small bracket 1 plus R in year 3. Spot rate for year 3, 0.068 raised to power 3 over 1 plus spot rate for year 1, 0.0476 raised to power 1. Close my brackets. 1 over 3 minus 1. Minus 1. Then I can do this. Forward 1 to 3 is equal to 1.068 raised to power 3 divided by 1.0476 raised to power 1. Close my brackets. 1 over 2 minus 1. Please work this out and give me the final answer. Your final answer will be like 0.078. Your final answer will take you to 0.078. That is up in percentage. You are
It's
going
correct,
to
sir.
have 7.8%. That is 2-year forward rate at the end of year 1.
Correct, sir. Is 0.0783. Then we approximate it to, I mean, if it's going to percent, you are correct, sir.
All right. You can look at the second one. Please hold on. System is a bit hanging. Okay. Then the next one is Estimate 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Look at the formula. Spot rate for year 3, spot rate for year 2. Can come here. For year 2 is 6.3%. For year 3 is 6.8%. I can take the formula here. F2 to 3 is equal to 1 plus R in year 3, 0.0868 raised to power 3 over 1 plus R in year 2, 0.063 raised to power 2. Close my bracket, 1 over 3 minus 2, everything minus 1. Next. My F2 to 3 is equal to bracket 1.068 raised to power 3 over 1.063 raised to power 2, close 1 over 1 minus 1. F2 to 3 will give you 0.0807 thereabout. In percentage, this will give you 8.07%. Please work this out and confirm your answer. Please work this out and reconfirm the answer. Are we there now? Who is confirming the answer? Aisha.
Sir, I got 0.078.
Also, sir.
0.078.
Yes, sir. I got the 0.07806. So I don't want to say anything because you already have the you already have this, sir.
What are we getting? You got 0.0 what?
Is 0.07806.
0.07806.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's rounding off, because the answer they gave me in physical class, that was the answer they gave me. Of course, that means let me take it away. But for two of you to have the same answer, it should be right now. Okay. Let me quickly check something, sir. You should be able to have to up to it. They just 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Let me bring my calculator out and I will see. Let me try it here, sir. Okay. I have 1.0 raised to power 3 divided by, I will not do like this. Divided by 1.03 this. Close my bracket. No. Close my bracket. Raised to power 2. Equal are correct. So 0.07807. No. That is the set of rounding up. They rounded up in physical class. We have to change this, Leo. Zero point 0.7807. In percentage, you are going to have 7.807. Okay, this probably be, then this we have, Abby. So this we have something like this. This we have 3. Yeah, I have 3, Abby. Abby?
Oh, is 0.07806. So it's 7.806, not 803. 806.
So this is 6, Abby.
Yes, it's 6. Yes, 7.806.
No problem. All right. Provided we have done the right thing. That is how to get your forward rates. Of course, we have to stop here. But I will refer you to other requirements. We have done requirement A. Now look at requirement B. Look at requirement B. It is my belief that you should be able to handle requirements B1, B2, and even B3. Examiner says you are considering buying a 3-year 9% annual coupon paying bond. You are considering buying a 3-year 9% annual coupon paying bond with a face value of 1,000 naira. The bond is a default free bond. The bond is a default free bond. Requirement B1 says calculate the price of the bond and its yield to maturity. Clearly explain why you may not realize the calculated yield. Look at these requirements. The price of the bond. The bond is for 3 years. That means I want to get the price of this bond. I will do like this. The bond have a face value of 1,000. If I want to get the price of this bond, if you use formula like this, P is equal to cash flow in year 1 over 1 plus R in year 1 raised to power 1 plus cash flow in year 2 over 1 plus R in year 2 raised to power 2 plus cash flow in year 3. Because the bond is for 3 years, 1 plus R in year 2 raised to power 3. Look at this. The coupon is 9%. The face value is 1,000. That means annual interest. Annual interest in year 1. 9% of the face value, 1,000. That is 90 naira. Annual interest in year 2. This is year 1. That will give me 90 naira also. Annual interest in year 3. That's also 90 naira. In year 3, the bond will be redeemed. Examiner is silent about redemption. We are going to assume that the bond will be redeemed at the face value.
1,000
That will
naira.
give me 1,000. In year 3, I have 1,090. And I know that the spot rate in year 1, R in year 1 is 4.76%. R in year 2 is 6.38%. R in year 3 is 6.8. That means if I want to get the price, is equal to cash flow in year 1, 90 over 1 plus 0.0476 raised to power 1. Cash flow in year 2, 90 over 1 plus R in year 2, 0.063 raised to power 2 plus R in year 3. Cash flow in year 3, 1 plus R in year 3, 0.086 raised to power what? 3. With this, you are going to get the price of the bond. Once you get the price of the bond, you can compute YTM. Once you get the YTM, you can explain the reasons why you may not realize the calculated YTM. Please go and complete this question. We shall stop here tonight. Please go and complete the question. It does not make any sense to come back next week and start burning hour on this. Any question, please? May God give us a better understanding.
Amen, sir.